Howdy, folks. My name is Matt, but you may know me as Lazy Urchin, and welcome back to Matt's Monster Marathon. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with the giant monster films Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, not you, but you're probably not familiar with this one. This one is Gigachu from the wonderful game Kaichu. Now, I love this game. I love the character designs, I love the writing, I love all of it. Got it on my Switch, played way too much of it. I would die for this game. That's just kind of it. But if you ever wonder what the heck I'm talking about, maybe check out the game. But yeah, this was the first of 3 full playthroughs. I have spent way too much time on this game, but we're going to use this handy dandy little piece of technology here to show them off, and we're going to use this little doodad to say a few things about them, their name, and a ranking. So, without further ado, let us commence forth with the rankings. Coming in 8th place is Mekachu. Now, this one takes the spot of last because it's meant to be a final boss. It shows up at the end of every single run to stop you. It's a scripted event that breaks up the two monsters, and then you gotta reconcile, and you have one final showdown against it. It's cool. It's interesting. But if you're the mecha version of the main character, why are you not a mecha version of the main character? Up next is Gigachu, coming in at 7th. Nothing against Gigachu, but they're boring. They're kind of boring. Like, nothing against them, but at the same time, I I enjoy the little heart design all over it because it's your playable character. It's meant to be the stand-in, but at the same time, come on, man, you could have done more with it. It's not a bad design. Number 6 is Queen Sidora. Obvious reference. I enjoy the look of this one. The storyline's kinda meh, but it's not terrible. It's a very fun story. It's all about helping them be less stuck up rich kid and be more have fun with life kind of kid, basically, in basic terms. But oh yeah, and starting from here, we'll have the end screens. This is what it looks like when you beat the game with Sidora. And the ending is all about how noble rank doesn't matter or whatever. Up next is Mosra. This one is just one of my personal favorites because when you when you get through the scripted loss story event and break up your two monsters, you have to go around talking to all of them, like talking to all the other options you could have chosen about what you should do, kind of thing. And Mosra is just basically talking to a cool ant, pretty much. And her storyline is all about how accepting that even if her eggs she's laid aren't your kids, you still need to step up, kind of thing. Megaricus. They are adorable and I love them. That's just a fact. They were the first one I went with on my first playthrough. They they're just fun. They're well written, their design is great. They're adorable, really. I love the little pinprick eyes, as weird as that sounds. And I love the mushroom dress. And then the final screen is just the most beautiful, in my opinion. It looks like it could be a desktop background. It's grand. In the top 3, we have Turpio. Turpio is one of my favorite designs, just overall. Precious little baby. Big ol' scorpion turtle thing. They reference Gamera. It's just their storyline is nice because it's just you gotta help them get more confidence and really come out of their shell, which is ironic considering in the final screen they are out of their shell and you're having a nice day at the beach. I love this one. This one is just so adorable. Coming in at number 2, it's Tephra, the volcano woman. Uh, she's adorable. She's hot. She's great. I'll take my number one comedian award now. But her storyline is fun. I can kind of relate to it because it's mostly about being hot headed, and through the majority of my life so far, I was incredibly hot headed. But this one is just adorable, but at the same time, she's made of magma, or lava technically, so I always wonder about that. And number one is Garudon, my personal favorite. This dude's story is just straight up the best, like, of all of them. The story revolves around you and Garudon, you and him making a proper working relationship. And about halfway through, he gets infected by a flu, the big bird flu from the military, and you gotta strengthen the relationship based on that. And this is the old finishing screen. This used to be what showed up, and I loved it because it was like you built up trust and friendship and love. But then they made the new end screen, and I just adore this one. From the different way they stylized the feathers under his head to just the pose, I adore it. But that's kind of all I gotta say about it so far. And you never know, maybe you can enjoy the game too. But I wonder what did that to the beanbag.